Welcome to Competitive Soul. This is a series that we are doing where we are going to be interviewing people who have incredible stories, incredible journeys, and we're going to hear how they're doing what they're doing. So today I have with me Reagan and Victoria. Reagan, where are you from?
I'm from Swedesboro, New Jersey.
Born and raised, or?
No, I grew up in North Jersey, so in like East Rutherford area, like 15 minutes from New York.
Yeah, I know that area very well.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, Tori, how about you?
I'm from Swedesboro.
You're from where? I can't even hear you.
Swedesboro?
Okay. Have you lived there your whole life?
No.
No, where were you born?
I'm not sure.
Me either. I'm not sure either. I just ended up here. So that's cool. Well, we don't need to worry about that because we're worried about where you are right now, okay? So we're going to start with Reagan so that way you get used to this a little, okay? All right, Reagan, let me ask you. So coming to Swedesboro, all right, how did you get into wrestling? Like, where did this all start?
It's actually really funny. My friend in middle school, I was like always in the playground with her. I would always hang out. And I think prior to like the new rules of like no fights in school and stuff like that, it was like a lot of roughhousing in like middle school playground. So that would happen a lot. And my friend was like, oh, we should join wrestling. And I was like, okay, I'll join if you join. And she told me that she joined. And I joined Kingsway Middle School Wrestling, thinking she did too. And she ended up not doing it. I didn't see her the first day there. And I was like, but I continued to do it because I wanted to get better at jiu-jitsu, which was my main sport. I did it for 11 years. So I was really bad on my feet and I wanted to get better, like, and not just pull guard, I guess. But then I ended up quitting jiu-jitsu because I fell more in love with wrestling. So.
Wow. So you actually started in jiu-jitsu then?
Yeah.
And then went over to wrestling to, as you said, to work on your footwork.
I did like MMA, Muay Thai, all that. So.
Any thoughts of going back that way, or?
I was about to do it the other day, actually. My sister was in a jiu-jitsu tournament, and they had a bunch of adults there, and I was like, what are the chances I just sign up real quick and get, like, one match? And then I was going to do it, but I ended up not doing it. But I think about doing it again. So.
Awesome. Maybe we'll talk about that in a little bit. We'll see if we can see what the future holds. All right, Tori, let me ask you, how did you get into wrestling? Tell me the story.
So, I was on the bus, and a kid pushed me. So my parents signed me up for MMA, but then a jiu-jitsu coach came in to teach MMA, so we went to his jiu-jitsu place, and then because I was a little good for jiu-jitsu, he told me to go into wrestling. So and then I stuck with wrestling.
Yeah, you're pretty good at it too. I've seen your matches. Let me ask you, so when you go to wrestling, what is it that you like about it? Like, what is it about wrestling that you love?
Beating people up.
I love it. So you enjoy beating them up, huh? Awesome. All right, so jumping back to you, Reagan, hearing that, do you see yourself a little bit? Like
I agree with her 100%. It's the best thing. I like doing it too. It's just like, I don't know, something about like having a bad day and then like going to practice and walking out feeling like just so much better. And like it's not even the fact that like beating people up. It's like it just completely clears your mind and makes your like day reset, even though it's the end of the day. Like, so I think it's just fun.
It gets you where you need to be, yeah. Right? How about the sport itself? Like, how has that impacted your life? Like, we can talk about that forever, like what it takes to be a wrestler.
What it takes to be a wrestler?
Well, we'll talk about that, but I want to talk about the sport itself. Like, how does it helped you? Like I know for me personally, I look at everything and I go, why wrestle? This is not hard. Wrestling's hard. Like how has it helped you outside of just the practice room?
I think, well, college opportunities, yes, definitely. Yeah. I don't know what I would have done if I didn't like have wrestling. It definitely like led the way to like where I want to do, like what I want to do with my future, like including like my majors and stuff. It like introduced me to like schools that provide that. So, and I think it also I think it helps with the discipline of like schoolwork, even like getting stuff done when you're like tired, like after long nights of practicing. I think it definitely impacts your life a lot, and makes you more disciplined and more of a better person in yourself.
Awesome. And then Tori, tell me a little about your work ethic. Like, what do you do every day? Tell me your 7 days a week. Like, how does it start?
So on Mondays, I have privates with Coach Johnny. And then on Tuesday, I have practices with some couple of people at Coach Johnny's. Then I'll have another practice on Wednesday with like 2 or 3 people at his house. And then on Thursdays, I'll have another practice there. Sometimes it will just be me and him or some other kids. And then on Fridays, I work out from home. And then on Saturdays and Sundays, I'll either do sprints, or on Sundays, or I'll do lift.
What kind of workouts do you do? I've seen the videos, and we will hopefully share those with the world as well. But let me hear about that workout. Like, what are some of the things you sprint? What else do you do?
I have to do deadlifts. I do I hang from my thing up there sometimes and do
like a bar.
Yeah. Wait, you just hang?
No.
I've seen you do pull-ups, right?
But there's like a beam up on my ceiling, so my dad lifts my feet up there, and then he'll hang me from it. But his hands will still be on my feet, so I can do it. Sometimes I'll do crunches like that, and then I'll do what's it called? Where you go like that?
Curls.
Curls, yeah.
I've seen you do those.
And then I do squats with weights on my back, and then with the bar, I walk back and forth or backwards, and then I do push-ups.
I've seen you do lots of push-ups. So you do a lot of strength and agility, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it. I noticed your dad was back there, and he was writing down. He was taking notes, seeing if you remembered. He was impressed, right? You were nodding his head. He knew it. He was agreeing. So it's quite a workout. I haven't seen many 10. You just turned, you're 10, right?
Yeah.
10-year-olds with a work ethic like that. And then it brings me back to you, though, because I know what you do. I've heard your routine and stuff. Can you tell me a little bit about that during the season? What time do you wake up? Where do you go?
During the season, well, still now, I wake up every day at 4 a.m. I go to the gym. I lift. Sometimes I'll do cardio, depending if I feel like it or not. Sometimes, or if I know I have extra cardio at the end of the day, then I won't do it. But usually I do. But I'll lift. I'll do my cardio, and then I'll go to school, and then I'll go to high school practice, and then I go to my second practice, and then usually after they have us lift or just do extra rounds of live and stuff like that, and then I'll get home around usually 10:30.
So from 4 a.m. till 10:30, you're on the go. And
then usually at 10:30, I'm still I go to bed usually at 12 because I'm either doing homework or watching TV. So it's 4 hours of sleep. So
it's nonstop. It's nonstop, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what we need to talk about also. So your career, you started out. How did you do when you first started wrestling, and what was that like? Exactly. Tell me about it. What was it like?
Oh, fun fact. My first wrestling match ever, I pulled guard thinking it was jiu-jitsu, landed right on my back. And I'm mid-air and I have shoes on and I'm like, wait, this is jiu-jitsu. And I freaked out. My coach is screaming, what are you doing? And that was funny. But middle school, I want to say the first 2 years were really rough. I don't know how my parents came to watch just me get pinned in 3 seconds every time. It was so funny. My stance, I didn't have a stance. I just stood up and had my arms out like this. I didn't shoot. I didn't do anything. My third year, I started being all offense, everything. Even if I didn't finish, even if I knew I wasn't gonna finish by the person looking so strong, I was oh, I'm still gonna go. And then I think my fourth year is when I started getting the hang of it. And then freshman year, I was kind of scared because I was all these girls are high schoolers. Obviously, it's kind of terrifying. I didn't know how really good I was. I was going with boys the whole time in middle school. I didn't wrestle. I don't think one girl during middle school. So it was a different like switch I had to like get used to because wrestling boys is way different than wrestling girls. I feel like girls are more I want to say higher percentage moves sometimes, or like more like so technical with like shots, and I just like feel like boys, I was so used to them muscling me around.
Mm-hmm.
So it was definitely a switch, but after a while, like freshman year, I was like, wait, I'm actually like not bad. Like this is, and I started to have more confidence. I think that's the main thing, having confidence in yourself and being committed to like the grind of wanting to get better. So
That's awesome. It's a great story and a great journey. And one of the things that I think is really amazing is you saying when you started, you were the only girl in that room.
yeah.
And I know for a fact we've come to matches this year. My daughter who's sitting back there, like we couldn't wait to see you wrestle and seeing you a full team of girls. Like what is that like for you to see that happen, and how would that progress?
Well, this year after I won states, it was so amazing. We had, I want to say, I think 15 freshmen sign up alone, and then we had like a few sophomores. I don't think any juniors or seniors we had, but like the number of like freshmen was insane, and like seeing, I think, being there as a role model for them and seeing like our heavyweight freshman, like that was her first year wrestling, and I kept like helping her with like moves and stuff, like how to throw a headlock, because that's what most like heavyweights do. So I was like, if you're gonna do a headlock, you gotta do it really good though, okay? And she was like, okay. And we practiced, I think, like 5 times every practice. I was like, in the middle of practice, I'd just be like, Brianna, do that headlock or whatever, and she was like, okay. And by the end of the year, she like was losing like a match every now and then, but by the end of the year when districts hit, she like something like switched in her, and she committed to like being so locked in, and she in regions beat the district champs that she lost to last week, and she almost made it to states. Like it was insane, and it's like her first year, and I was like very happy to see that the like girls are wanting to do this now, and like it's such a growing sport. It's like anyone can do it as long as you have like the mentality to want to get better.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I do think that you have to be pretty special to fight through some of the things that you fought through and to not quit, because I think a lot of people would have quit getting beat up like that when you're younger, I mean, that's different.
Yeah.
Like, not everybody does that, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think it is that is the reason you did that? Like, why don't you think you quit?
I think I'm just stubborn. I'm so stubborn. It's like when someone says I can't do something, I'm gonna want to do it more. Like that's always how I've been. Like in middle school, I was like, oh, I'm the only girl, but like this is kind of cool because if I get really good, like I'm gonna be a star. Da, da, da. And like even like I don't know, in high school, it's just like I think it like helped me a lot with my high school career, because seeing like how I went through going through with like wrestling only boys, I think it was very easy to like maintain my composure, and which I think a lot of girls are sometimes have hard times with, obviously, but I think the discipline is so different.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. And watching both now, like growing up wrestling with boys and then having a daughter that wrestles, it's a different world.
Yeah.
But it's the same sport, which is beautiful about that. How about the parent involvement? Like, how much do you lean on your parents? Like, what's that? I talked to your mom yesterday. She's awesome. We had a great conversation. So
I'm sure she can relate. Like I think my dad is like the biggest supporter out of anyone. Like my mom is too. My dad is like, I don't think I would get up at 4 a.m. if it weren't for my dad. I don't wake up to alarm clocks. So he's literally like shaking me to get out of bed every morning, and I'm like, oh, I'm up. And he drives me everywhere. He will not miss any events. He's missed only, I think, one high school event I had, and that was because he was in the hospital, and he still FaceTimed my coach to watch it. So I think parents are very important, and I think, you want to talk about your dad?
Yeah, tell us a little bit. I know I met your grandpa. I met the whole fam, like what's that like, knowing that they're there for you, and what do they do for you?
So they support me and cheer me on, and my papa always talks about when I do my judo throw. Sometimes he's like slammed under the ground, and then my cheers me on with my sister and my brother and my mom. And then my dad sometimes yells like, do it, do it. And then...
It's so funny watching the videos back and you just hear your parents in the back screaming.
We're the worst.
Yeah.
We are the worst.
Or my dad can't film because he's so focused on the match and he like starts filming the ground. Like,
I can give him some tips about that. That's why I bought a 360 camera. So
he bought a tripod.
It's the best way. You don't have to worry about it. Because I would do the same thing.
Yeah.
I'd be filming the ceiling. So, but yeah, Tori, I met when your dad or your grandpa was the funniest because when we went to Wildwood and you were on Josie's team, your grandpop was there and my daughter's grandpop was late. So we were comparing whose pop-pop was better. Yours won that day. He was there for you, right?
Wait, which one?
The Wildwood Duels. So that would have been your dad, right, Christian? Yeah. Yeah, he was there the whole time. And then you got a forfeit and he was pretty upset about it. But how frustrating was that to prepare for a girl and then they don't even send her out for you?
Like why didn't you show up? I meant show up.
Show up? Yeah, you want them to show up, right? That's what I'm talking about. All that preparation, all that practice, and then you get a forfeit? Mm-hmm. So, but what is it like when you get your hand raised? Tell me a little about that. What's that feel like when you win a match?
It feels good, and I'm happy that I won.
Yeah? How about when you don't win? What's that like?
Like, I don't really like when I lose, so, like, I try harder.
Yeah? It motivates you to try harder?
Sometimes.
That's a great answer. That's a very mature answer. When I was your age, I used to get so mad when I would lose.
Same.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good, does it? Who calms you down, though, when you're upset?
My mom and my dad.
Yeah? And then do you feel better?
Yeah, a bit.
Yeah? And then you realize that you're just a kid and that it's going to get better? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's very important. We have the same talks. I think we all, as wrestling parents and families, like we go through that. It's like a roller coaster of emotion, right? Mm-hmm. And you know that emotion, right? Why don't you tell me a little bit about that? Like what motivates you and what's it feel like when you win?
Motivates me? Well, it's a hard one. I think, to be honest, leaving a legacy at Kingsway. Cool. I think that's what it was. I think I was, because I'm third overall for most achieved wrestler out of boys and girls, and I think that was like, I was like, oh, I want to keep climbing. Like freshman year, I was like 6th, and I was like, oh no, I want to be up there so bad, like top 3. So I think that was what it was, and also college, like I wanted to show like because I committed, so I was like, oh, I gotta like make sure I'm on it. Like, I got to make sure he knows he made a good decision recruiting me. And to be honest, my dad, I want to show him all the time that, like, you know, the hard work is paying off, his time that he dedicates to me, you know.
Wow, that's a great answer. All 3 of them are great answers. And then, obviously, you had tremendous success. And then this year, I know, but I want to talk about it because I think it's so important to hear. Like, I think a lot of people don't realize that your last match most likely is going to end in a loss somewhere. You know, most people, whatever it is, like you go to college, you go to try to go out for Worlds, whatever it is. What is that like, having that happen at the end there?
I think this is a long answer. So,
okay.
In the beginning of the season, I think it was obviously coming off like undefeated and like state champ. It's like so much pressure. And I always felt like this huge like target on my back, which is like some people thrive off that. And
sure.
I think I was in the beginning, like I was like, yeah, I'm going to continue to like do this. And then I get one rough loss and it like just crushed me for a bit. And I think over time, my dad like talking to me, he's like, well, you gotta understand, like over time it started to feel like a job, the sport. Like, and I think a lot of people in the sport get that confused and they don't know it's supposed to be like fun. It's not supposed to feel like like you're drowning, you know what I mean? So towards the end, I think when I got to states, I was just like, I was third seed, and my only goal was just get above third seed. So when I got to the finals, I was like, oh, I'm already here. Like, I was just gonna go out there and have fun, and I did exactly that, and I walked off, smile on my face. I was just happy to be there, and wrestling at such a high level and getting there all 4 years was like pretty awesome for me. So
Yeah, I would
was
say
happy.
it's very impressive. Not hardly anybody does that, right?
Yeah.
And but the point that you made right before that, when a long time ago I was blessed to do a documentary, and we interviewed Dan Gable, who's probably one of the greatest legends of the sport, and his exact quote was, "When you're at the top, everybody guns for you, and it's hard to stay there." Right? And that's where the hardest part comes, is like once you do have that success, and that was proof. Like you had probably every girl that you wrestled, that was, you were marked on their calendar. Like I'm gonna try
like,
to beat you.
Yeah, they watch your film. They like know exactly what you do. They know exactly how to defend it now. They're watching it all over the summer. And I think I got so like used to the tricks I have in my bag that I didn't really branch off and like focus on other techniques that I could get better at. Over the time of the season I did, but I think in the beginning I was so focused on same good old chin whips and, you know, blast doubles. But over time I started to add more things to my game, and it is, being at the top is very, like, the cheers when you lose, that's like, yeah, it's a lot. And, but also like getting your get backs is like even better, is an even better feeling than like being undefeated still. So I think the losses make the victories even more like rewarding.
That's a solid answer. That is a great answer. And I hope that that comes more for you now, because I know where you're heading, and we're going to talk about that near the end, because I definitely want to talk about your future and things like that. But Tori, I got to ask you now, what are your goals for next year, and what did you learn?
For my goals, I want to win states and like get better and maybe lift. I want to lift like 180.
What are you lifting now?
Like for this 1 month, I would lift something heavy, and
Like deadlift?
yeah, kind of. And then this time, like a little while ago, I left 130, I think.
You're deadlifting 130?
Yeah.
And what do you weigh again?
Like 60.
So it's 180.
So, yeah, it was 3 times your weight almost.
Oh my God.
Already. So you're proud of that, right? Because that's not a lot of girls your age can do that.
No, I don't. Actually, I don't know.
I would say that
I would
probably
say
not a lot
no.
of girls can do that. Exactly. I think we can pretty confidently say there's a few. And I think we met one of them at the Wildwood Duels. Lucy, remember Lucy?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's pretty incredible. But I think you're really close to that.
Mm-hmm.
And you had the same results that I saw when we were down there. You handled yourself pretty well on the mat, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
So your goals are to get better, right? All the time. And that's where that workout and all that comes from,
Yep.
and the motivation. Let me ask you this too. How many other little girls do you know that wrestle, that are at school with you?
I know Michaela.
Just a handful, right? Just a couple?
Yeah. Let me think.
Like 3?
Maybe that I don't know about.
Yeah, there's not
I
many
only
in her
know
class.
Michaela.
But the thing is, though, you're excited, though, because you are seeing more girls, though, right, at your age, and it is definitely becoming more of a thing. So does that get you excited to see that? And do you try to talk to other girls into wrestling?
I asked my friends, but they're always like, no.
Yeah, it's hard to get them to join.
Why do you think that is? Like, why do you think they're not doing
The
it?
same answer. It's always,
Maybe.
no, sweaty, it's gross. Like,
Because a lot of my friends do, like, cheer and ballet and, like, piano. So they just, like, no, because I don't want to get bruises on my face or something like that. Like, they don't want to, like, go
Get beat
through
up.
hard work, I
They don't want to
guess.
get beat up. Yeah, I agree. But do you ever think to yourself that they're missing out, or like, what do you think?
Sometimes.
Yeah. Why is that?
Because sometimes wrestling practice is fun, where, like, you can learn new moves. And, like, I like when sometimes when we start warming up and we do, like, forward rolls and stance motions.
Yeah, that's your favorite part?
Yeah.
I used to get dizzy doing that.
Yeah, sometimes I get dizzy when I'm doing my, what's it called? My, hold on, I forgot.
The moves?
Yeah.
Like a back foot.
Your spin drills?
Oh, I do them sometimes, and I get dizzy.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't like those.
No, I don't like anything repetitive. That was
I don't
one
like
thing
that.
I had trouble with, was anything that we had to do over and over again. I was like, oh, here we go. I hated everything, honestly. Like, I was lazy. If we had to run 3 miles, I would run it, but I would hesitate the whole time. Like, I would be like, oh, where's the shortcut? Maybe that's why I didn't make it states, though. You know, I cut corners. So, but I love that. And I think you're setting the tone for a lot of the kids that you don't even realize it, right? That your friends probably wish they could do that a little bit. They're scared. You know, and I talk about it with my daughter, like getting up on a Sunday and going to practice or working out or doing whatever. And we'd ask her, like, what do you think your friends are doing right now? You know, do you ever think that, like, what are they up to?
Sometimes, yeah.
And then does that keep you motivated and going? Yeah.
Because I always wonder what one of my friends is doing, because they don't do any sports. They usually just draw.
I do
inside.
wonder that a lot. What do people do that don't do sports? I always wonder that.
Yeah, like what it's like to just not have anything to do.
Because she calls me sometimes, and she's super bored.
Yeah.
And also with my cousin, too.
Yeah. Why don't you tell them, come practice with me?
She's too scared.
Yeah. Does that make you feel tough, though?
And sometimes.
Yeah, and that's really important, right? Because you said when you started, it was because somebody was pushing you around. Do you think they'll still push you around now?
Mm-mm. After that, I think they moved to New York.
To run away from you. See? I knew it. That's awesome.
We both joined for the same reason. That's
Is that really what? So tell me a little bit about that then.
My parents joined me up for BJJ or Jiu-Jitsu MMA because I was getting bullied in preschool.
Really?
Yeah, so they were like, oh, might as well just join her up so she knows how to defend herself. And then, like, the first practice, I was, like, choking out these, like, people that have been doing it for so long. And my the coach was like, oh, my God, like, what? And my dad was like, oh, I guess she's good at this. I've tried every sport, like ballet, like tennis, swim, like basketball. I've tried everything, and that's the only one that I was, like, actually good at. It was random, but, yeah. And then it's funny because I had to, from, North Jersey, sorry.
Yeah.
I moved here, and I went to Cantilla for the first time. I think I was, like, 12, 11. And I walked in first practice there, and it was a bunch of, like, teenage boys. And I ended up going live with all of them, and I was, like, beating all of them up, like, and their moms and, like, watching at practice were, like, so mad. Like, it was bad. Like, and they ended up actually, it's so funny. He talks about my coach, like, Alex, Sensei Alex, he would talk about it to everyone. It's hilarious. He got, like, messages from these parents being like, you just let this girl come in and, like, beat up on my boy like that. You weren't stopping it. And he like replies, like, what do you want me to do? Tell a girl to take it easy on your son? Like, it's so funny.
I love it. Do you like beating up the boys too when you wrestle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She said sometimes.
Sometimes.
You definitely like doing it.
Yeah. Do you? What is it that you like about that? Like, is it funny seeing them cry?
I just like doing my flybys and singles and sometimes doubles.
Yeah. But why do you like beating them though? Like, what's that feel like when you beat them?
It makes me feel good.
Yeah.
And it, like, lets my anger get out from school. Because
Yeah.
we do so much writing and I hate it.
Oh my God.
That might be the best answer for why you would wrestle ever, because I'm mad about writing. I love that. It's so great to hear. I always wondered what goes through your little kids' heads. You know, it's so simple. Writing stinks. I don't like doing it either.
And then in the morning, we used to have free time, but we got too bad, so we have to type on our computer. But I'm mostly done first, but I get there early, and I'm like this on my computer looking for a letter sometimes.
I love it. Can you relate to that? Do you take out your anger from school?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. School. We'll get into that's another topic, but it's very important. Good grades, you know. Mm-hmm. That allows you to wrestle. It's a privilege. So I gotta sound like a teacher there when I say that. But to Reagan, to your point about the next steps, though. So Pete DePaul, huh? He's going to be your coach. How did you meet Pete? What happened?
Do you know Chloe Ty?
Sure. Yeah.
She was I saw her at Edge one time when we were both running on the treadmill there, and she was like, "Oh yeah, this guy from like West Virginia, like in Bethany, was like reaching out to me." I was like, "Oh really?" She was like, "Yeah, you should. You may give him your like number. He could probably like reach out to you. Probably wants to recruit you too." I mean, and surely enough, it was my first call and for the recruiting process, and it was funny because I was in the car with my dad, and my dad was like, "It's okay. It's just a practice, basically. Like this is your first call. No stress, no pressure." And I was like nervous. I was stuttering the whole time. And then I ended up going to a visit, and it was like the prettiest campus I've ever been on. I was like at Castle. It was so pretty. And yeah, when I didn't even know that he was the Camden Catholic coach also. Yeah. That was like crazy to find out. And I ended up seeing it on YouTube. It was a video of him, the Camden Catholic wrestling Kingsway from like 19 something.
Watch it.
Sorry. But
the last century.
I saw him and I was like, "Oh my God, that's him, but younger." Yeah. And the way you could see him yelling, I was like, "Oh my God, this is exactly what I need. I need that environment, like the constant yelling, like pressure on me. Like that's what the environment I need. I need that back." So
awesome. Yeah. So Coach Pete, we a long time ago, he's another one that was a big part of the documentary that we did. And he's a Paulsboro wrestler. Then he was in Haddonfield for a while. He's been all over the place, but everywhere he's gone, he's done really well.
Yep.
And he definitely has that mentality. So you're going to be ready. Like it's
excited.
Yeah, you're gonna have it.
Have fun for sure.
It's awesome though. I was excited when I saw that you were going there, and for that reason, because I cheer for Pete a lot, and I want to see him do well. And now, obviously, we're going to be cheering for you. It's really cool to hear. What are some of your goals for college? Like, what would you like to do?
Well, they just did their first year for NCAA championships for girls, so that's the goal. But we'll see how I do freshman year. I think I'm getting surgery on my shoulders soon. So
what's going on?
Both, like total of this season, this one probably dislocated like 30 times.
What?
Yeah. I have like Gumby shoulders, like it's really bad. But I'll be getting probably surgery after my freshman year in college.
Okay.
Because I wanna see how, like, I feel like freshman year is very important. So.
Yeah. Are you able? I mean, we can figure this out, but are you able to like medically redshirt then? Like, how would that work?
I think that's probably what I would do sophomore year. My parents we're still talking about it, but like there's never really a good time. I was supposed to get something. I think sophomore year we were talking about surgery or like stuff like that, and like it never happened because it was never a good time to do it. Because I'm always constantly at like off season stuff too. So.
Right.
And like last summer I had a sports hernia. That was terrible.
And I've had that before too.
It was the worst
I know.
pain I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, it doesn't feel great.
Nope.
I had 2 of them actually.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Terrible. I couldn't sit down. Like that's how bad it was.
Yeah, that's some of the stuff that nobody sees, right? And the part of the sport that I think people overlook. Like they just want to see, did you win or did you lose? But it's all that other stuff that happens. And I know we've talked about this quite a bit, but you know, as you grow into this next chapter, I should say, like of college, like what do you think that's going to be like? Are you going to have that same type of work ethic? Like how do you think you're going to be, and like what do you think it's going to look like? I
think because Bethany is so athlete focused, like the people that only go there are really athletes. Like I don't think anyone that goes there is just going there to get their degree. Like probably 99% of the people that are there doing a sport. And I think that environment of everyone being disciplined and going to practices, not messing around like that, I think that's good, what I need. So the guidance of like seeing other people do that, I think that it would be a good environment for me to grow. So
awesome. Great. And then we're gonna start wrapping it up, okay? I just want to tell me why you love wrestling one more time and what your goals are.
So I love wrestling because I get to beat up on people and I get to let my anger out, and I like the moves that we do, and it's a fun sport. Oh, and my goals are to win states and lift heavier weights.
I love it. All right, let me ask you this. Sitting where you are now, what's advice that you would give Tori?
Have fun. Like, don't put too much pressure on yourself. Like, go out there. Like, there's no one else watching. Even if it's like state finals next year when you're there, like, don't focus on the crowd. Don't focus on parents watching you. Listen to your coach, but do what you know how to do. And it's like, take such deep breaths. Like, this is a big thing I can't stress. Taking like one deep breath when you walk onto the mat, it's like just like resets your body. And good fuel. Don't be eating like, what do you eat? What's your post weigh-in snack?
I get like chips sometimes.
Oh my god.
Because I eat salads and it's a while. And then
what do you drink?
I drink water or Gatorade.
Okay, I thought she was gonna be like soda.
She's very good, very good. Actually, most of the kids their age are doing a wonderful job with the proteins and the stingers and they're really, it's impressive. Like, I was shocked. Like, when we did the duels and stuff and they were all on the team, there was only a couple that were trying to sneak.
Yeah.
You know, majority of them, rice cakes, honey. And it was funny watching them. They were like little animals that had never eaten. They were all sharing and like, it was cool to see. But you're exactly right. Like, it's that nutrition and having the proper diet goes so far.
And like, one thing to always think about is like, when you want to skip a practice, think about like your opponent just working so much harder than you. Like, think about your opponents that are like, oh, I'm going to beat her. I'm going to do this. Like, you're going to go the extra mile to make sure. Like, if you have free time, you're going to go out and do a practice or a run. I know your dad's probably going to make you do it. Like, I don't have to tell you that, but you're going to go deadlift 180. So
It's crazy. What else? What other little like tips do you think you have? Because it sounds like you have a future in maybe coaching someday.
I want to so bad, but we'll see if I think it's like I want to go back to Kingsway and coach there, hopefully for the girls' high school team after I graduate college.
Well, that sounds great, considering we're Swedesboro residents and our daughters are going to be up. And by the time you get out of school, it'll be the perfect time.
Yeah.
I feel like they'll be just hitting, right, Christian? I think that would be right around.
4 years she'll be a freshman.
That's right. So I think, we'll have to see if that times out. That'd be an awesome end of that story, right?
Yeah.
And then how about you? Like, if you see yourself, like, what do you see yourself doing in high school and things like that? Like, what are some of your long-term goals?
I would want to coach for Coach Johnny.
Yeah, you want to work out with Coach Johnny and coach with him?
Mm-hmm.
He is a good coach, isn't he? So Coach Johnny is also a Paulsboro grad, and I had the pleasure of following him around his senior year. And I know you saw the videos with him in it, but he was a great wrestler and a great guy. So you have a great coach in front of you too, which is cool to see. Like, what I find really fascinating too is a lot of us never dreamed of girls wrestling, like growing up. Like, it just didn't happen. Like, we had maybe one girl in the entire high school, like every high school, not team or one on the team. Like, I didn't know any girl wrestlers, female wrestlers. And now it's such a growing sport, and it's so cool to see some of the coaches that are embracing it and really seeing that it's, in my opinion, more exciting. Because as you mentioned, they're more technical, the flexibility too, and just the way that you guys can maneuver on the mat is just unbelievable.
I think it's harder to pin a girl, in my
100%,
opinion.
100%.
The way their hips, like our hips just like twist like that, it's insane. I don't know. I've never seen a boy like fully like just, I don't know how to explain it. It's just
you just did. And I've seen it where girls can bridge and their heads are like on the mat and their toes are on the mat and nothing else. Like, it's unbelievable. So getting their shoulders down, it takes some skill there, and I think we've had some pinners.
I liked also the environment better. I think you're going to like the environment of like high school girls wrestling, because if you go to like a boys match, I go to the boys match sometimes and I'm just like, no one's like screaming or cheering sometimes. I'm so used to like the girls being like so loud. Like, in matches, like duels, I have to be held back by my like coach sometimes.
And we've seen that, right?
Yeah. You saw that?
Yeah, we cracked up the one match we went to. You were on the sidelines and the ref had to stop and tell you to go sit. You had to go sit in the stands. We were laughing.
Because I'm so passionate. I'm like so excited all the time. I don't know how people aren't like that. Like, if watching the boys just sit down sometimes, I'm like, get up, scream. Like, I lose my voice sometimes, but no, I love our like the high school girls wrestling environment. It's so loud, everyone's supportive. It's so much fun. So
yeah,
you're gonna have a lot of fun.
I think so. And I think it was neat to see you guys when you were on your dual team too, because that's exactly like my daughter, just from our experience, the year before she wrestled on an all boys team, she was the only girl on the team. And then the next year they had an all girls team, and it was so cool. Like just the difference, the families, the parents with the kids, and then seeing the kids with each other, like watching them all together. It was the greatest thing. They're all following each other on Instagram, and like, which we didn't have any of that either. But now it's a whole new world, and it's important, right? And you have an Instagram, right? Mm-hmm. Do you know your handle? What's your Instagram? Drop it so everybody can follow you.
I think it's Victoria M. Carchidi.
Yep. Okay. And then do you have Instagram or any socials? Do you want people to follow? You don't have to if you don't want them to.
Reagan R.18.
Awesome. All right. Well, both of you, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
It was a pleasure. And I'm hoping to have you back because we'll do updates as we go. And then we'll have other guests at certain points that maybe we want to have you guys come chat with. But I'd really the last thing I really want to say is a couple things. One, I can't wait to see where you go. And I mean that with you too, because I can't wait to see your college career and how you go. But also thank you for being such an inspiration to these younger wrestlers. Like, I don't think you realize how important that is. And someday that'll hit you and you'll know like how much you've meant to a lot of the youth here and just everything you're doing. It's super impressive. And we wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Thanks again.
Thank you.
All righty. All right, that's it. We did it. Let's go. Cool.